Hello and welcome to Cuba. And in the background behind me you can see my room at Villa Bacuranao, something like that. And what I'm looking at is Playa Bacuranao. It's a public beach, and those of us here can access it through a small gate or go out in the road and walk around. So it's very popular. We're only 15 kilometers outside of Havana, so lots of Cubans. You can see some of them on the beach there having a day out on the beach. It's Saturday, so we'll go over there in a bit. And I've been here for almost 2 weeks now at Villa Bacuranao. It's listed by Sunwing as a 1.5 star resort. About 1.5 stars. If you're coming to Cuba and looking for what we'd expect in Canada, you're going to have to pay through the nose and still probably be disappointed. I'm going to do a room review later, but for now we'll just kind of go around the resort here and show you guys what we can expect if you decide to book here. I paid about, I think, between $70 and $80 a day, all told, for 15 days, and that includes airfare. So, reasonable deal. If you're paying a lot more than that, then you might want to think hard about it. But it's up to you, and you can make your own decision. So, where I am right now, I think used to be sort of an entertainment area. I'm not sure. It's pretty thrashed. That little covered area, the roof and everything, that's solid, but I'm thinking this is either a stage here or seating, or maybe that was the stage and this was seating, but there's lots of building material, a lot of stuff falling apart as well. That possibly could have been a little bar in the past, but it's pretty thrashed now. The resort boasts a nice little pier here where I guess you can go fishing or go hang out on. It's really thrashed though. They've got some jerry-rigged gate, I guess you could call it. But the locals make their way along the rocks here, which really is dead coral. And they come over and they do some fishing. They do some swimming. We just caught a fish there. And a lot of guys go out. They could be selling this fish because over there they do have a little restaurant and a bar. It's very Cuban. And I'm sure the Cubans got a good deal on it, but if I was to go there, they want me to pay in convertible pesos, which is basically tourist money. So there's the gate. Some really thrashed tin. We did have some pretty good storms, and it was a little bit more secure because it had these logs that you can see on the ground propped up against it, but really not much of a barrier. There's a sign I'll show you later saying this is the way to our beach. As you can see, it's not much of a beach. It's dead coral. We've had quite a bit of, like I said, storms recently, so it's washing pretty far up, and over there in the background is the restaurant. My plan only consisted of having breakfast, so it was alright. You get an omelet, some tang, hot dog, salad. So not much of a beach, but this here, my room's just right over there, and when it was storming, and actually most nights, you can just hear the waves crashing in, even above the air conditioning if you got that rocking and rolling. So it's quite soothing. It's not a bad view, but it's not much of a beach at all. It's actually pretty dodgy to walk on. You gotta watch where you go, and I wouldn't want to trip and fall on this. So they have a couple little, I don't know what you call them, beach huts, I guess, where you could sit and watch the view. You could maybe see it by night. You know, it's Cuba. The infrastructure is not there to keep things what we would keep in this resort. To be honest with you, it does have some Canadians. Everyone I've met, no one's been from the West Coast. Well, actually, they're from Alberta, so I guess it's not the West Coast, but most people from Ontario. Actually, when people are asking me where I'm from, they're like, "Oh, Toronto." But that's what it is. But the majority of people who I've seen staying here have actually been Cubans, and from talking to a few people, it seems like Cuban employers are sort of giving their employees a day at the resort or a couple days, and this place is probably top notch, or at least a lot better than what they're living in Havana. And the downside, there may be some cultural difficulties. People in Cuba don't generally have a great deal of access to what we would have back home. And the restaurant, if you have a breakfast, lunch, or dinner, it's all you can eat. And the Cubans really go to town on that. You know, fair play to them. If I never really had access to that, I'd go nuts too. It's kind of like, I don't know, picture a bunch of really thirsty people, alcoholic people maybe even, and an open free bar with unlimited booze, and we'd probably go pretty nuts too. So that's what it is, and what we'll do now is I'm going to pause it here, walk over to the restaurant. So the area of the restaurant, there's a little outdoor patio area, some interesting waterfront features, which I'll show you in a minute, and I'll save you having to watch the camera go up and down when I walk over. So back in a bit. Okay, so now I'm outside of El Dorado, the restaurant you'll be eating in if you're staying here. If you want to, but I did go and look at the dinner yesterday. The spread wasn't bad. I mean, chicken, fish, rice, pasta, pretty much bog standard for anywhere in Cuba. The higher in the level of the resorts you go, star-wise, the number of dishes that's going to be available will increase. That's the only. I've been in 4-star, 3-star, and 1.5-star here. Really no difference. I will point this out too, though. They've got the animation program, of which I've seen absolutely none of these happening. No showtime, no bingo, nothing. So just because it's written on the wall doesn't mean it's actually going to be there, or maybe it's low season. I don't know, but I've not seen any of it. So, okay, we're going to go over here. When you're eating, you can either eat inside with the birds that fly around, but that's pretty much normal anywhere you go. But you can also come out and eat on a nice little patio. We'll go over to the pool. There's a couple bars here. There's a bar in the pool. Actually, you can buy booze in there too, in the restaurant itself. It's not all inclusive, like I said. So, but I mean, there's a nice little outdoor dining area. Listen to the waves crashing, and it's pleasant. I mean, yesterday we had a big storm, so a lot of the floor here was covered in sand and other debris, but they've cleaned all that up. I mean, it's not a bad little place to have a snack. Not a bad view. I mean, sounds good. And that little building there is actually the nightclub. It's not very big. It does have a very pumping sound system, which you can hear in your rooms. But that's just the way the Cubans like their tunes. I don't mind loud tunes either. I don't really care for reggaeton, but everyone's got different tastes. So the beach area here, as you can see, you know, it's the state of the world we live in that beaches are now polluted. no matter where you go. If you're at a 4-star or even a 3-star resort on a beach, they'll have teams of guys coming by with a tractor and hand sweeping up anything that comes up on the beach. Not the case here. And in an earlier video, I posted a video where I went into a shore defense bunker. I mean, Miami's only 90 miles that way. But interestingly, I don't know when this building was built, but what we have here is a little mini machine gun bunker. It looks like it's been filled in because unless you're laying out here, and it's not really, I don't know if they did much planning here, but maybe it's supposed to be camouflage because they got the dead coral put on top there, but you can see where they've come in, and there's trenches here for a defensive fighting position. I think it's been filled in, but I just would hate to have been the poor bastards having to cut through this coral. I'm gonna guess they didn't have power tools, but they might have. It's a pretty clean cut, but either way, it would have been a bit of a hard position to make. Kind of flooded as well. I'm gonna guess it was a lot deeper though. So yeah, that's the restaurant portion of this, and a little bit of the beach area, and the gun emplacement. You can see there's one little window there. I could stick my camera in there, but you saw the other video. If not, you'll find it on my page. And yeah, and across there, the water from this is a military training facility, cadets and stuff like that. So yeah, but I mean, it's a 1.5 star, but it's not bad. It's what you make of it. If you come to Cuba with a huge chip on your shoulder, the idea that things are going to be exactly the way they should be at home, you're going to be disappointed. So the less higher standards, the more you'll be impressed and the more fun you'll have. Okay, I'm going to cut it here and walk over to another portion of the beach and show you some more views. Okay, hello again. I've elected to do a little bit of a wardrobe change there. Put a lid on and some sunscreen, a lighter shirt. It's probably about 11-ish in the morning now, and it was a lot cooler earlier. And I am from the Great White North, so hopefully the wind's okay, so I'm back. The wind's picked up, but just needs a lighter shirt. And I don't want it to look like a Canucks goalie getting lit red light behind it. Anyway, so I think we should there is some sand and more little beach huts, sort of the northern point of the resort here. And as I said earlier, you know, garbage is everywhere. That's just the way it is. Pretty much anywhere in the world now, and it's not a big resort, so yep, a natural sponge. I saw these for sale in Havana, but I guess you can come beachcombing and grab yourself one if you want. I don't know if Canada Customs would be too happy about you taking a natural sponge home off the beach, but they're there amongst the soles of shoes, plastic bottles, and all the other crap. So, you know, it's Cuba, man. I'm sure you can find lots of dirty beaches in Canada as well. Now, the earlier video I shot where I found the bunker is maybe a kilometer or so, a kilometer and a half down the beach here. There's a road that goes around right along the coast. Very little areas of beach, though. It's all sort of that dead coral. It's not really too safe to walk on. But, I mean, it's an interesting... There's a couple little inlets and a couple little bays. Some natural, some man-made. If you go to Google Earth, you can check it out, which I did. I'm not going to shoot videos down the road. Just took some pictures, but it's Cuba. But it's an interesting little walk and some neat stuff to find. And I actually went all the way down to as far as I could go, across from a nice little bay, and had some lunch with some Cubans. They shared some of the fish they caught with me and barbecued up, but I got some pictures of that. I'll post a link. So yeah, it's a 1-star resort, 1.5-star resort, and I got a good deal, so I got what I was paying for. You may be shocked though. Yeah, so that's that. That's the end of the resort. All the rooms are pretty much the same. I'm going to do a room review shortly. I think where I'll go next is down towards the entrance to the public beach. There's actually a store where you can buy juice and cheap water and beer. Almost some good stuff. And we'll also check out the Cuban bar and the Cuban grill. Not really to North American standards, but I've said it before, I'll say it again. It's Cuba. So I'll pause it here so you don't have to see me bounce up and down, or the camera bounce up and down while I'm walking over there. But basically, it's just over there. You can see maybe the beach there. It's really hard to do long shots with the GoPro because it's a fixed lens, but I just wanted to add one thing to that last little bit there. You know, there's no animation team here that I can see, which is fine with me. I don't want to be roped into playing stupid games, and when I come on vacation I just kind of want to chillax, and you know, those little beach huts are just fine for that. You can go grab yourself some beers or a rum or a pop or whatever, water even, and just read your book and relax. I haven't really seen any place to set up a hammock, but you know, if you don't need to be entertained and you can entertain yourself, it's fine. Yeah, just wanted to add that. So okay, so I'm at the normal entrance where you can go onto the beach side, but the gate is closed and locked for some reason today. I don't know why. This little area here is closed as well. They seem to sell some sandwiches and stuff like that. Sometimes they have a little barbecue going. And there's a little sort of eating area. There's the barbecue there. Just beyond that, there's a small little hut selling knickknacks, leather wallets, hats, your usual touristy stuff. I don't know how Buddy got through there, but Buddy did get through. Maybe the gate isn't locked. Maybe it's just closed. Or maybe there's a gap in the fence. I don't know. But he was on the beach a minute ago. It's not really that secure. There are guards here, but you know, there's not a lot. Oh, I see. The gate's open on the other side. Okay. So we'll just walk around this side. And while we're going, I guess we'll have a look at the knickknacks you can buy. Standard stuff. Find it anywhere in Cuba. So sundresses, possibly local made, poor quality t-shirts, some, you know, really the carved wood stuff's really nice. It's a bit pricey. You know, these these paintings and stuff like that are chalked anywhere. Same with the wooden hand carved things, the mystery boxes, the mugs, all that kind of good stuff.
15.
5 and 1. And you can negotiate. She was telling me yesterday this is aromatic wood, which it is, hand carved. It's aromatic. I wouldn't call it a nice aroma, but it's aromatic. And lots of necklaces and that type of stuff. And that's what she sells. Pretty cool little baseball. It's just a secret. You have to push one little bit and the box will open. So I don't recommend using it to hide your stash trying to get through customs though, because you will get caught. And there's a little kitty cat. Hey buddy. All the animals are very friendly and hungry. And mostly both. Tourists seem to be a bit more thirsty though. So, on to the playa. Now, there's some local fixers here who will come up to, I'm 99% sure they're going to come up to talk to me. Now, obviously, I look like a tourist, and even if I tried to blend in, I'd still look like a tourist. So, there's just no way around that. I think we'll check out the store first now. The store, they sell a lot of stuff. They sell what you would need for a day at the beach, what you would may need for an overnight at the beach. You can buy cooking oil, pasta, canned fish, lots of rum, beers, even some wine. And we'll check that out now. So, beach blankets for 12 CUC, and over here we have some hats and some wraps, a little changing room, shaving cream, toothpaste, hair gel, shampoo, underwear, sunglasses, some clothes, beach clothes, backpacks even. I'm not sure the quality. I'm gonna guess crap. $17 for a backpack. Some board shorts are going for it's reduced price. It was $9.10 and it's now down to $7.90. If you see there's two prices. The bigger price, or the larger number, is the Cuban national peso, or CUP. Smaller one being CUP. And I think it's about 25 Cuban national pesos to 1 CUC around there. So, big boom box. Cereal. I'm not sure what this is. Canned mango, maybe? 80 cents for some canned mango. I'm gonna, marmalade. Maybe it's just marmalade, I don't know. But we got, $6 for some vodka there. Disco vodka, $7.50. I don't know if this stuff's made in the Soviet Union. I'm gonna guess probably not. Made in Spain. A lot of Spanish wines, and then we got Cuban rum. Very good deal. I mean, it's a 1-year-old rum. It's fine for rum and coke or whatever, and that's for 1 liter. It's $5.20, 5 CUC 20 cents, and 130 pesos. 3 years, $5.55. Oh, sorry. That's for a liter. For a normal 26er, $3.85. You can buy some boxed ones as well. The annual special, I think, is 5 years old, and that's $7. So there's really not a large difference, but if you're back at home, there would be a large difference. I'm going to guess probably for a Twix back home, maybe 25 to $30 around there. Check your own prices, and they also have like gift boxes you can take, but all that stuff's also available at the airport. Some Chilean wine, Concha Toro. I recognize that brand. I broke a lot. And $8.60 for some 2015 Cab Sauv. It's not a bad deal. Cooking oil, Campbell soup, some vegetable Campbell soup. Don't know where it's made. It's condensed though. $1.25, and then we got some children's food there. Pasta, package of pasta for 85 cents. More cooking oil, different pasta, and the Cuban version of Coke is $1.50 for a liter and a half, and it looks like $2.65 for a bag of black beans. Hey buddy, how's it going? Lots of juice. They also have a cooler where you can buy cold juice. Now the shelves are bare right now. I don't know. Like I said, sometimes there's shortages, but there were a lot more variety earlier. You can buy some toilet paper for 30 cents for a roll. as you'll see. Oh shit! Don't break the thing, Sarge. Jay's runner, and so that's not good. I'll just put that back, and then you can buy a couple brooms. That broom's going for $4.20, and some cleaning products, some rags to clean with, cooler, Sprite. You can get real Mexican Coke with real sugar, 80 cents a can. I don't know why they've got Miller Lite, but they've got Miller Lite, and that's $1.25 each. And so this was all water, but there's no water, so I'm kind of concerned about that. But I can get water out of the restaurant. So no water, no agua, no. All right, well, see.
¿Me está grabando? ¿Me está grabando a mí? Okay.
I don't know, just looking, and then you can get some coffee. She's not happy about being filmed. Some Mickeys and stuff like that, and Red Bull. Red Bull for $3 each, so you can buy a can of Red Bull for $3, whereas you can buy a bottle of rum for $3.85. So you pick. She wasn't too happy about being filmed there, but whatever. Sometimes it's better to beg forgiveness than ask permission. So I'm going to move over to the restaurant area over here now. I'm going to get hassled, so I'm just going to put the camera down like I'm walking, and we'll see what we get. Buddy, having a good day?
How are you, my friend? Very
Good, man, yeah, good.
Yeah. Un mojito, un Cuba Libre.
I know, I'm not thirsty yet.
Yeah.
But business good?
Hey, very good.
Can I ask you a question? How much does it cost for chicken and rice?
Chicken, rice, ensalada, and $5.
5 CUC.
Yeah.
How much is it in CUP?
Yeah.
In Cuban pesos?
It's Cuban peso. Is I don't know. It's equivalent.
Yeah, they don't take. They only take CUC. They don't take Cuban money.
Same.
CUC. Okay. Not very busy today.
Yeah.
So I doubt very much that it's all CUC. I think he's just saying that. Afternoon. So that's the beach portion there. You know, the tune's cranked. Checked out that conch. Yesterday when I came, there was some fish up for sale as well. But it, obviously fresh, but also hanging with lots of flies on it. But they'll cook it up for you. I think the fish is about $10. Really, it's not a bad deal at all. But I would have Imodium handy. Just, we're not used to what they eat. They have different bacteria in their stomachs than we do. Normally I get some yogurt in my system here, but I've not found any yet, so I'm sort of struggling some days, but that just could be self-inflicted injuries from rum. Anyways, there's another kitty cat, and I'm going to stop filming here and go back and check out the pool area and reception and that type of stuff. Looks like the bird or the cats have been eating though. Catching their own food. Alright, ciao. Okay, so that's your main entrance there. It's the guardhouse. Every stop I've met have been trying to be helpful. Some of them their English is better than others, but my Spanish isn't that great. But I'm in a Spanish-speaking country, so what can you expect? Outside the resort, there's a Starlight Road that can take you right around to the point, and you probably can't see it above the tree line there, but there's a thatched roof house, a local restaurant, the only local restaurant besides the one at the beach. But that one is, the food is excellent. So at reception, you can get on the internet if you really want to. You can also exchange money. Exchange rate's been crap. I got here with 66 cents on the dollar, and this is talking January 3rd, 2017 to date it. And then I think the best rate was 2 days ago at 68 cents. And yesterday was 67. So it's a bit of a scam. They're making money on that. There's no two ways about it. If you went into Havana, which is 15 clicks that way, which you can get you by a bus that comes every morning here for $5, or you can take a taxi, or you can do what I'm going to try to do tomorrow and go out on the highway and catch a collectivo car, which will cost $1 to get into Havana, so it's a private taxi. So we'll just go and see what the rate is today, maybe. What's the rate for Canadian today? Exchange rate?
67.
67. Okay, thank you. Yeah, so 67. So not the best rate, but not the worst. Now, like I said, you can go to Havana and get change if you find a good bank with no lineup. But if you go to a Western Union, and also you need to take your passport, because every dollar, pound or euro note that you exchange, they record all the numbers and attach that to your passport, just in case you're bringing in some funny money. And the lineups are quite long. There are ATMs. I've not tried one. It should work, but then again, do I really want my card lost in Cuba? So if you are coming to Cuba, cash is king. For sure, cash is king. So, I'm going to go over to the pool area now. Check out the bar there. They also serve food. I did have once, and hopefully too thrashing here. I did have lunch there once. It was cheap. It was, I think, $5. I think $3.50 or $5. Closer to $5, I think. For rice with beans, banana chips, a bit of salad, and chicken with chicken thigh leg, partial back attached. Here's your map. There's a little medical post over there. Cabanas, Piscinas, pool, playa. That's the beach I was showing you earlier, and a restaurant. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to do some filming here. I'm gonna stop because it's a good, I don't know, good little ways. So you won't have to watch the. Anyways, I'll come back in a bit. Okay, just back from a nice little walk, pretty long walk actually, and I thought it time to do a review of my room here at Villa Bacuranao. So it's a breeze block building. All the rooms are the same. The difference being that some of them have stuff that works better than others. it's my second to last day, and I think on my fourth last day, I got some chairs on my own little patio here. So did everyone else, so I don't know if that was a late delivery or what. Anyways, I'm in room number 47, and let's have a look at what you get here. So, simple door. The lock does stick. It's open now because I just opened it, but you get yourself 2 single beds. There's no queen size that I know of. Bedside lamps. As for TV, you get an RCA flat screen. I don't know how many inches that is, maybe 20 something. It's not that big, but it works. The TV channels are, it's about 4 in English off the top of my head. There's a ESPN, Discovery, BBC News, and CNN. And there's another HNN News, but I don't know if that's affiliated with CNN or not. A nice little desk where you can have your little hoard of booze. Now I've got a bunch of Mickeys here, and I'll explain why I've got a bunch of empty Mickeys here in a sec. Drawers, you got a fridge. Oh, back to the TV for a sec. Some rooms come with remotes, some don't. The girl next door to me didn't have a remote. My remote sort of works. It's held together with packing tape, but it works. What I do is I brought my own little crap top, got a little VGA, so I can hook that up and watch movies or TV series or whatever I've brought with me. The air conditioning, it works good. It has a remote control as well, also held together by packing tape, and it's fine for me. Got a fridge that also works. The rooms are a bit worn, but I mean, for Cuba, it's Cuba 1.5 star. It's okay. I don't know, Motel 6ish. Floors are clean. The lady does a good job. I will say this though. When I first came, the towels that I had like 2 hand towels, and then the next day she cleaned my room and I left $1, and I got 2 regular towels, and then I think the day after that I left $1.50, and the room was they had a little, you know, it was a little bit cleaned, a little bit better, so a little bit more tip, a little bit more service. Not always necessary, but the one thing about the air conditioning though is that condensing it sort of drips down on top of the fridge and onto the floor, but a moot point. You got some good sized closet space. My crap sort of hanging in it. You got a little credenza down there, and you get a safe. If you want to use the safe, you can. It's $2 a day to get a key. I don't bother, but I do keep something very valuable to me. And if you've been to Cuba or Eastern Bloc countries, it's always nice to have a touch of home. For security, I had no problems whatsoever. I mean, I just carry a duffel bag, and then I get a pretty good sized lock on it, and I just lock it, and my laptop's in there, my passport's in there. There's no issue whatsoever. Lots of closet space, lots of hangers. Mirror there. Lighting's not bad. It's CF elbows, but they work. Full size mirror, so you can check yourself out before you go out. Bathroom. Now, the bathroom in Cuba. The water pressure is usually not very good. It's not bad in this room though, and the hot water comes from a tank on top of the roof with a solar panel. So if it's sunny, you get lots of hot water. In fact, it tells you, watch out, could be 50 Celsius. The plumbing itself though is not the best. It's not like what we would normally have at home. When you turn it on, there's no sort of rhyme or reason to it. No, there we go. There's full blast. But it's not just turn one way to shut it off, because you kind of have to find the sweet spot again to stop it from running. And you just kind of go in a circle until you find that spot. There's no rhyme or reason to it. Or no proper washer, one of the two, I don't know. There we go. The toilet works, no problem flushing. Things cracked there though, and this is also broken, so you kind of got to watch yourself. You don't want to hurt yourself on that. Once again, tile floor. Clean-ish. Some of them are cracked. There's a bit of dirt in the grout, but and you got a little. I found this to be the best socket for, at least the tightest socket for recharging phones or cameras or what have you, laptops, because the ones here are also 110 volt. They're really loose, so I don't know if that's just overuse or what. Now, Cuba, for souvenirs and stuff like that, you got your usual crap you can buy, hats and carvings. Nothing interests me, anyways. Good things you can get from Cuba, though, are obviously cigars and rum. And I've now found out that the honey here is awesome as well. So I've been on the news before I left that the honey industry here is going to be booming. Everything here is organic, all the agriculture and stuff like that. So what I did was I befriended a Cuban, or just talked to a Cuban. They're all pretty friendly. And I asked them, in Cuba they have, I think they're called pagodas is the actual pronunciation, and it's like a ration shop. So they got a ration book, and they get a certain pound of beans, certain pounds of rice, cooking oil, that type of stuff. But they can also purchase some stuff there. So the Mickeys you saw, I asked the guy to get me some honey. And another small note, a really good thing if your Spanish isn't excellent, and mine isn't excellent, is Google Translate. Get that on your phone. Download the individual languages, in this case Spanish. You can touch it and it'll go for, you can just touch, speak in English, it'll translate via the speaker into Spanish. Without Wi-Fi though, it won't go the other way, so I can't get them to speak Spanish into it and translate to English, but the typing, you can also type in words in English, they can also type in words in Spanish directly back to English. Anyway, so without the use of that, I never could have described honey. And so for $4, I got, he told me it was $2 each for a large bottle of honey, but I gave him 4 for that, and he came back with 4 of the Havana Club Mickeys here full of honey, which is really thick glass and quite heavy, so I just transferred that into a water bottle, and that's some good pure honey. It's beautiful. It smells great. It tastes great. And back to the rum, you can get the rum at the airport, you get the rum in the stores, it's all over the place, and it's cheap. Even 5 or 7 year old stuff, it's going to cost you quite a bit of money back home. Here it's a pretty good deal. Cigars, you can, I'm not an aficionado, I'm not an expert. There's some that I like, and I've spent money on them before, and they've sat my humor for a number of years, and I enjoy them occasionally. But I also found that the Cubans at that Bogota store, they sell, it's called El Credito is the brand. It's a butt from last night. Still good for chewing on. But for me, like I said, it's nothing special for me. I'm not one of these guys that knows that much about them, but I do know a deal when I see one. And so when the guy got the honey, I asked him about those cigars as well. And for also $2, you get 25 cigars. So I got him to give me 2 packages, which if you're Canadian, you are allowed 50 cigars. You can still get a carton of smokes as well, all on your duty free, but 50 cigars is your limit. So I've got him to get me 2 packages of cigars. I got them in the bag here just to keep them a bit moist till I get home and get them in my humidor. But El Sicac Tobacco, and this is from Guantanamo, and then this is a different brand from a different area. This is from Holgun. So I've got 2 different types of cigars here, and I'm sure they're going to taste just as good as that. And 50 cigars for $4 for convertible pesos. It's a little bit more than $4, give or take, but at the most $6 for 50. So it's a deal. It's a steal, and I'm sure I'll enjoy this for a while. So that's my review of my room. It's nothing special, just like the resort. You get what you pay for, and if you keep your expectations low, you won't be disappointed. And in fact, you'll probably exceed your expectations if you keep them really low. That's a room review from the Villa Bacuranao in Cuba, 15 kilometers away from Havana. Thanks.